Who crossed the high mountains with her sweetheart, with 2 yoke of oxen and 1 yeller dog, and a tall Shanghai rooster and 1 spotted hog. Well, boys, here's to purgatory.
Greatest little town in the West.
And the emptiest, if anyone's noticed.
Oh, now, Ben, don't you worry about it. They'll be here to see our show come showtime. You know what we're going to present to them? The TNT Circus, the greatest circus that ever played this Western world. From the amount of gold I hear that mine ships and all tons of blasting powder that they buy, why, they must be hiring at least 100 miners. You take the 100 miners now and their families. Some of them never seen a show before. Why, they'll come out to see our show. You bet you they will. Don't pay no attention to this. Ben, you know, gold mining, that's hard work. Those miners turn in early.
Not in any Camp Iris, though, they don't. Hey, Tony. Tony, just where's that mine located?
Huh? Yeah.
The mine? Oh, Ben, it's out there somewhere. I don't know. I forget the mine. Yeah, Mitzi, little darling, you're a blue-eyed flower from old Texas.
I grew up in Wyoming, honey.
Say, Mitzi, where is that mine?
Mine? Why, I don't know. What mine are you talking about?
What mine are we talking about? It's the only mine around here. Purgatory mine. And miners come in here, don't they?
Well, no. That is, yeah, I guess so sometimes, but... Don't ask me anything. I don't know anything about it. I'm new here.
Well, if you're new here, who's old here? Who can tell us?
Casey, will you just sit down and listen for a minute, please?
Yeah.
Now, would it be all right with you if we took care of this in the morning? Because if you remember, you promised that the 3 of us could come out one night and celebrate because we was doing so good, right? So what do you want to go talking about business, same as usual for?
I get pretty crotchety at times, don't I?
Sure do.
I'll forget about the circus. No more circus business, just us. Business at hands. Salute. Here's to purgatory.
By way of the poorhouse. I mean, the way it looks.
Remember, sweet Betsy, who's old? Wait a minute, old Case can make it. That old get up and go ain't got up and gone yet.
That's all right, Casey. Old age comes to us all.
What do you mean, old age? Who's old? It's just my duty to them people out there at that circus, man. Don't push me, Tony. Well, you can push me, little gooey. Listen here. You 2 young bucks, take care of yourself here tonight, you hear? Come on, get out.
All right. Now back to a little unfinished business.
Now, wait, Ben. I got that one all roped and tied. Don't you start edging in on me.
Edging in? Thought I was in.
You are like, Ben.
Well, I'll meet you inside, Tony.
You're gonna have an awful long wait, Ben.
All right, but don't spook her. Do you like elephants, miss?
You go away. You pester on me, you just bring down trouble on yourself.
Don't be afraid. We just want to talk to you.
I ain't afraid of no man walking. I just ain't supposed to have no doings with men. Even come close to 'em. It's forbidden.
Forbidden?
Understand English, don't you?
I sure do.
You fellas got to do with that.
Well, I own half that show. My name's Ben Travis. This is Tony Gentry. He's our scout.
You really got a critter like that? As big as that?
Bigger.
Golly. When I heard one of the guards talking about it, I just had to sneak into town and see for myself.
Guards?
Yeah. Pa says I oughtn't to call him that, but I don't suppose you know Pa. Or me neither. My name is Susanna Hedges, and...
Why, you little sneak. What you been up to?
Nothing, Mark, honest.
You've been playing up to them, haven't you? And telling them things.
I wasn't.
My own little sister. Born with the seeds of evil.
Don't do nothing to him, Mark. Please don't hurt him.
Go on, get out of here. Get!
See anything hilarious about this, Mr. Duffy?
Well, now, Casey, you look as if you've either been attacked by a porcupine or else you're trying to keep up with those two youngsters again.
Keep up with them? I can stay ahead of those going uphill. You see who's ready to work, don't you?
You mean those two aren't back yet?
Mm-mm.
Well, what are you going to do?
Well, we're going to put the show on this afternoon. They're not back by the time we finish. I'm going to get on a horse ride in town, and I'm going to show those two young squirts something about the responsibility of running a circus. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Duffy, you don't have to show me.
I hear you've been asking questions in town about the Purgatory.
Right? Where are we now?
At the place you've been snooping around trying to find out about. The Purgatory mine. I'm the owner. Jethro Hedges. My son Mark brung you here when he caught you bothering around my daughter.
We were just talking to her.
Talking? I know your kind. Worthless, sinful drifters. I know the kind of notions you be trying to put in a young girl's head.
Mr. Hedges, we're not drifters. As a matter of fact, we've got a pretty good-sized circus camped about 6 miles east of town. We're just trying to put on a show, that's all.
You were snooping around. I heard it. I hear about everything that goes on in that town. You were trying to find out all about this place and all about the miners. Go fetch Mark.
Yes, sir. Mister, we're just trying to see how big an audience we can draw on.
You were poking into things that were none of your business, and don't try to lie out of it.
What are you trying to hide, old man?
Nothing that I'm ashamed of, mister. I'm a God-fearing man, and I live as such.
All right, let's just leave it at that. You cut us loose, and we'll get out of here. Forget all about it.
I can't do that. It's too late now. Don't know how much you might have learned prying around the way you was, but I can't take a chance on you now. I reckon you're able to walk. All right, Mark. Untie.
What the devil do you have in mind?
Don't call on the devil, son. All us here is dead set against him. You wanted to learn about the Purgatory, didn't you? And about the miners. Well, you're going to. You're going to.
Well, looks like Purgatory, all right.
No more than just looks.
Put them someplace where they'll have a while to break into it.
All right, Paul. I'll do that. Gentlemen? This is where the crew beds down. We call this home from now on. This is where you're gonna eat. That is if you turn out a decent day's work. Straw years change once a month, whether it needs it or not.
I don't think we'll be here that long.
Maybe you're right. Not for the reason you're thinking about it. Come on, get moving. To the left.
Ben, this tunnel goes right on through the mountain.
Yeah, to nowhere.
Back down that tunnel and through the gate.
I have a feeling you don't intend for us to use that gate much.
No, you go within 30 yards of that gate and you're just liable to get a bullet through your head. Now get moving.
Got a couple of volunteers for you here.
Short brains and long muscles.
I don't know about long. They look kind of puny to me. Think they'll last?
Well, why don't we find out? Put them to work, and you work them till they drop. Then you work them some more.
Yes, sir. It'll be my pleasure. This way, gentlemen.
Slugged. I've been tied up. I've been worked like a dog till light dropped. I'm not going to eat slop like this.
We're exactly like animals. Is that what you're thinking? When you're here for a short time, you'll become animals too.
I'm glad someone speaks English.
3 of us speak it. But I'm the best. So I'm the go-between for my people and the guards.
Right. You.
Perhaps you're not like the others after all. Oh, that's all right. We would throw it away, too. We know that'll be the only food given to us.
Where do you come from? How'd you get into this?
We built railroad in California, and when it was finished, they turned us out to starve. Mr. Hedges met us by accident and promised us board and bed and $1 a day. You've tasted the food. The beds are straw piles. We have never seen the $1.
How long have you been in here?
They blocked the gate behind us 3 years ago. No one has ever gone through it since. Not even the 14 who have died.
Yeah, well, that's slavery. It's out-and-out slavery. The old man's insane.
Perhaps. But he and his guards have the guns.
A handful of guards can't keep 40 or 50 people captive. There's got to be a way.
We used to say that, too, at first. My name is Shan Lu.
That's Tony Gentry. I'm Ben Travis. Now, there's a way. There always is.
We just have to find it.
It is better that you forget whatever hope you have now in the beginning. Believe me, my friends, there is no way out of here for any of us. Not ever.
Mitzi, where are my two young friends?
Oh, who are you talking about?
Who am I talking about? We were in here last night. You remember the three of us sitting here? Your business can't be that good. You'd forget 3 paying guests overnight, huh?
Oh, yeah. I just couldn't place you for a minute. Excuse me.
What is it? Oh, you two fellows were in. You remember them two fellows I was sitting in here with last night?
Sure. The way I recollect it, you all three left together.
Yeah, 3 of us left, but they came back.
Maybe you wasn't quite yourself last night.
Wait a minute, fella. When the day comes, I can't remember what happened to me the night before. I'm gonna go out and sit under a tall tree and just slowly fade away, but that day ain't coming very soon. Well, where's that purgatory mine? Maybe they're hanging around there for some reason or another. All right, say something, fella.
Good evening. Well, now, you must be the feller I was told to deliver a message to.
Message?
Yes, from 2 young lads I directed to a rooming house last night. They were sure a mighty tired pair of roosters.
Now, would you mind showing me where those 2 buckos are?
No. They rode on west early this morning.
Rode on west?
Yes, that was the message.
What in tarnation would they do a thing like that? We're supposed to stay here and put on a show for the workers and the families at this purgatory mine here.
I see you have the same delusion they had.
What delusion?
Well, this is the town of Purgatory, true enough. I happen to be the mayor. But there's no mine here.
Now, wait a minute, there's gotta be. We've heard about this place. We've heard about this in a dozen different places.
Yes, I know the story that goes round. And I reckon some of us folks here in town have kind of helped it on a bit.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, we've nothing to feel important about around here. Out of the way trail town, little cattle grazing, nothing much else. So we kind of build up that story for strangers going through. And a lot of them pass it along. Now, there is a purgatory mine, and a big one from the way I hear it.
Where?
Oh, about 80 or 100 miles on west. That's where your 2 friends was heading.
I'll be broke bound in Buffalo.
The way I figure it, they just didn't feel like facing up to you until they located the place for certain this time.
Well, they better. Mr. Mayor, you care to have a drink with me?
I don't ordinarily use the devil's brew, sir. But under the circumstances, I'd consider it an honor and a pleasure.
Mr. Bartender?
Fine young fellows, those 2, but undisciplined. I tried to show them the importance of setting high goals early in life and not letting bad habits enmesh them in the evil ways of the world.
Pointing anything out to those 2 young buckos is just a waste of time.
You give up too easily, sir. I felt that if I had those lads under my control for a while, I could change their whole outlook on life. To your good health and a pleasant journey west.
Yeah. Good health. Journey west.
Quiet, will you? Oh, it's you, Jeremiah. Well, what's the matter with you? Think you let a fella get a little extra shut-eye? Well, I know you're hungry. Could have been fed an hour ago. If I hadn't been up half the night nursing your sore eye. See how it is. Ah, it's much better. Calamine lotion's working fine. Now, if you're smart, remember what I told you. Keep your big fat paw out of your eye, and it'll get better faster. You hear me?
Morning, Duffy.
Ah, morning, Casey.
Morning, Jeremiah. Jeremiah the second.
Well, I guess we better get ready to roll out. What about Ben and Tony?
Well, we're going to have to keep heading west until we catch up to them.
Oh.
Duffy, I'm going to need some help. You think you could ramrod this circus?
Me? Ramrod
I think you can.
Oh, I couldn't.
Duffy, you can do it.
Now, Casey, I don't think...
You're a born leader.
No, Casey, I've never in all my... Well, if you think so, Casey, all right.
Well, check up your lazy bones and get this shoulder rolling.
Yes, sir. Yeah, quiet, Jeremiah. You'll wind up hauling a wagon with a heavy tent poles in it. Right, hold on to this, Casey. All right, everybody. Well, move it out. On your feet. Roll those wagons.
What time you figure it is, Ben?
Are you going somewhere?
I have another day like this one. You're going to have to dig a grave for me right here next to this one. I wonder what happened to Casey. I figured if we didn't show up, he'd get something stirred up.
I don't know.
How can anybody think where that sun's cooking your brain real slow, just like an egg? Oh, I've had it, Ben. I'm getting out of here one way or another.
That's exactly what they want us to do. Mark, anyway. If we try to break out of here, it'll give them an excuse to gun us down. And it's the roughest jobs on the place.
So what do we do? Just go along with him till we rot?
No, we'll break out of here. But it's got to be done right. We're only going to get one chance. Anyway, don't count old Case out quite yet.
You're not moving much rock up there. Mark wouldn't like that. Now, you wouldn't want to make Mark unhappy, would you? Mark gets unhappy. He gets real mean.
How can you tell when he changes?
You can tell. You've just been seeing the best of him. Now pick up those tools and start moving. You ain't supposed to be in here.
Get out of my way.
Your pa says you ain't supposed to be in here.
Then go and tell him.
All right, miss. I will. Move!
You do this often? Amuse yourself by watching the slaves at their quaint and simple pleasures?
I didn't know. Until last night, I heard Pa talking about you. I didn't sleep at all.
We didn't sleep much ourselves. One of our friends spent the night dying. We're digging his grave now.
They never throwed anybody in here before, except heathens.
Heathens?
I mean, I don't think it's right either for them to be tied up in such a place. But Pa and Mark says that heathens are supposed to be slaves. They said that was what they were made for from the beginning.
Well, they're a fine pair. And of course, like the rest of their rotten kind, they're making a big fat profit out of it.
Don't blame me, Ben. It ain't my fault. I told you I don't agree with them.
Then why haven't you tried to do something about it? There are plenty of strangers pass through here. Why didn't you tell them? And maybe they could have put a stop to it.
That'd be going against Pa and Mark. Against my own flesh and blood kinfolk.
Flesh and blood here, too. Open your eyes. What do you see?
Please don't talk about it anymore.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. It's not your fault. Being raised around them, I mean, what chance would you have?
All I ever heard from them. A woman don't count for nothing. When she's born belonging to the devil. It was my fault you all got in this mess. I feel low as a snake about it. I want to help you.
Yeah, we got a visitor.
Can you get a horse and ride out of here without being stopped?
Yes, they don't pay much mind what I do in the daytime.
Okay, the circus camped about 6 miles east of town.
What's it take to keep you away from these saddle tramps?
You ain't talking to one of your heathens, and I thank you to remember it.
Don't backtalk me. Could be you need a switch across your hide, big as you are.
Try it.
Don't push me, Susanna. Now, you better go on. Get out of here. Go on, get.
They ain't to be harmed, you hear? You lay one hand on Mark, and so help me, I'll do something in you.
You ain't out of that tunnel in 2 minutes flat. I'm gonna pack you out.
You heard what I said?
He's gonna go for us the second she's out of sight. Spread out. Don't turn around, Mark. Don't move even 1 inch.
You heard him.
You swing that gun this way, Tony will jump you. You turned on him, it'll be my pleasure to take you apart. There's a good chance you'll get one of us, but not both of us. The one that's left will kill you for sure.
You're crazy. One of the guards will get you before you even got to the tunnel.
Yeah, it's possible. But you won't be here to see it.
Kind of got you in a fix, ain't they, Ma?
No.
Put that gun away. I said put it away. What I ought to do is take the gun away from you and let him pound you up a little. Seeing you were so all-fired stupid as to let him get the jump on you.
I didn't need your help, Pa. I would have taken care of him by myself.
Sure you would. In about 5 minutes, I'd have had you in that hole putting rocks on top of you. Why'd I have to be cursed with a son who had a head full of oatmeal instead of a brain?
I'm telling you, Pa.
I thought you'd started waking up, getting some sense. After your boneheaded stupidity killed your own brother. You haven't got the sense of a 10-year-old. Now, you get on about your business. You hear what I told you? Don't understand it. A man lives righteous all his life. And he begets one son fool enough to stand under a wall of loose rock and another one fool enough to blast it down on top of him. Just don't seem like justice. Now, you two listen to me. I admire spirit in a man when it's put to my account. But you try what you've done once more, and these guards will blow your heads off. Now, get back to work. But go easier. Let those muscles toughen up. Oh, I met that circus friend of yours last night. Casey, is that his name? We had a couple of drinks together. And I explained to him how ashamed you two felt at being taken in by one of them tall tales we folks here tell the strangers. And how you rode 100 miles west to find the real Purgatory mine. We had some laughs. That's before we went back to camp to get things ready. They're pulling up stakes, moving out this afternoon.
Hold it, Susanna. Where are you figuring on riding to?
No place special? Why'd you want to know? You never paid no mind before where I went.
I'm just making talk. Don't you ever feel like just talking?
Well, sometimes, I suppose. Mark, if it's all the same to you, I'll just start ahead.
Just wait a minute. You know, I've been thinking a lot lately about the past, about you and me and Emmett when we was kids. How life was different. You ever think about that?
Sometimes.
Sit down. Life was real good back in them days. Like it was fresh and new and simple. Old Pa couldn't bother us none then, because the three of us had stick together. His Pa or the devil, didn't matter which. I was happy. All three of us together, we were a real family then. We didn't need nobody else.
Things ain't changed so much, Mark. We're still together. Except, of course, Emmett ain't alive now, but we're still together and we'll always be together, Mark.
You're just like Pa. You're putting the finger of guilt on me.
You know I never. It was an accident. It just happened, that's all. It wasn't your fault.
Why'd you come into the pit today, Susanna? You know, I ain't seen you there in a long time.
I didn't have no reason.
What'd you talk to that fancy Dan friend of yours about? Why'd you drag this horse out here real nice and quiet like? Has the cat got your tongue? Well, I'm just gonna have to tell you why. He put you up to riding out to that circus camp and telling them guys all about this place. And you was gonna do it.
You got no right to keep him there. Him or any of them. You got no right to make slaves out of people.
You were gonna bring a pack of trouble down on us, Susanna. You were gonna turn against your own kin because some lousy saddle tramp gave you some sweet talk.
He ain't what you saying. He's better you and Pa put together. And I hate you both.
You listen to me now. You listen to me, young lady. You go back inside that house and you stay there until I tell you to come out. Now, you ain't going no place by yourself unless a guard goes with you. You understand? Huh? All right, now you go. Susanna? When I get through with your fancy Dan, he won't make a square meal for the buzzards.
Mark, you know what I'm wishing? I'm wishing you were dead.
Come on!
Sure were right, Chandelou. This stuff tastes a lot better tonight.
Life is mostly learning to like what you get, not getting what you like.
Tony, that's Confucius.
Chandelou, you had a very pretty visitor this afternoon.
That's the old man's daughter. Her name's Susanna,
I know.
and she's on our side.
What do you mean?
I mean, she's going to help us. We have friends camped not more than 6 or 8 miles from here. Quite a few of them. It's a circus.
Circus? This word I do not know.
Well, the word's not important right now. But what is that Susanna promised a ride to them and explain what's happening here.
This is true?
It's gospel. My partner, Casey, ought to be here by noon tomorrow. Won't be long before we're all out of here.
I never think I will hope again. And now, I can tell them?
Sure, why not?
Vâng là để cho thôi. Hãy đợi như gọi lại, vâng là để cho thôi.
Does your pa know that you're out?
Oh, I wouldn't count too heavy on him if I was you. Once the thing's done, there's nothing much he can do about it.
Yeah, you can pull it in the back.
Oh, no. That's much too fast. You're gonna be a lot longer dying than that. No, we got plenty of time, us three here. You know why? Because Susanna didn't go. She didn't leave the house this afternoon. And what's more, she ain't going to. These ways by herself.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't suppose it would have made much difference if she had gone. You see, your circus buddies packed up and left this afternoon. I sent a man out to check on it.
You're lying.
Well, you just keep right on thinking that, because maybe that'll help keep you alive a little bit longer. Well, you boys better get some sleep. You got another hard day ahead of you tomorrow. And again the next day, and the next day, and the next day, until I get tired of playing with you. Night.
He's got to be lying, Ben.
Oh, you know he's not. Tony, we're going to have to do this on our own. Without Casey and the crew.
How do we do that, Ben, with our bare hands?
There are 100 bare hands here if we can just figure a way to use them. If we can get Jethro and Mark in here along with some of the guards.
Yeah, but that gate's the hard part.
See, where's that powder man?
I mean, Leepo?
Yeah.
He's right over there.
Let's get him.
Leepo!
How to speak plenty much English. Oh, yes, sure.
Do you have any powder in here?
Oh, yes, sure. All the time, my powder bag is full. Plenty for tomorrow's work.
Good. Tomorrow, then.
What's all the ruckus? Why ain't they working?
Something spooky going on. You better take a look.
Sled, you better go get my paw. Gathering of the clan band, so far so good. What the devil's it all about?
Devil may be right. It sure got me beat.
Chan-Lu, you come down here. Now, what's the idea of this thing? What's it all about?
I do not know. That is not the thing of my people. Some of the older ones think it's devil's sign. A warning of death and destruction. A doom.
Well, who put it up there? Well, who did it?
It was there in the pit when we went to work this morning.
Come on.
They're right in place. But let's wait for the old man.
Who's responsible for this?
Claim they found it here this morning when they come to work, Paul.
Found it.
Oh, here goes.
like they give up.
Man, we don't have all the ammunition, you know.
Yeah, we're not going back in there. If we do, we're through.
What would you suggest?
Noise.
Say, looks like you two been living pretty good.
Nothing but the best, eh, Ben?
Now, where's that white-whiskered codger that thought he could con an old-time circus man?
We got him holed up inside. Come on, let's go get him.
Hey, we can't get out this way, Paul. Nobody ever got out this way, you know that. We're heading here, but face it. There's some chance they might think we snuck out through the tunnel during the ruckus. Some chance, but not much.
No, Ben, don't go up there. They're on the ledge.
I'm gonna try to talk to them. Cover me.
It's all over. The gate's open. Your guards are our prisoners.
You hear that, Paul? They want us to give up. I'll kill them. I'm gonna kill all of them.
Casey, come on, I'll cover you. I want to talk to you.
What do you think? Should we try to sweat him out or take him?
You keep her with you. Don't let her out of that tunnel.
Here, Paul and Mark, they're up there on the ridge.
You tell them quick. Come down plenty soon. Oh, yeah, sure. Turn them up one rack. Psst. Plenty soon. Boom.
Did you drop a powder charge up there, Paul?
Oh, yeah, sure. Plenty soon. Boom.
All right, Casey, Ben, you heard him. Come on out of there.
Mark! There's a powder charge up there. Come on down.
Paul! You gotta believe him! There's a powder charge up there!
Now, you can't go up there. There's nothing you can do to help.
Don't shoot, Mark. You might hit Susanna. Oh, bomb. We gotta get out of here, son.
No, it's a trick.
I can smell the fuse.
I said sit down!
raving madman, you're out of your mind.
Just what you made me, Paul. And that's all. Now, you're as guilty as I am. You ain't gonna run off and leave me up here all by myself. Now, you just stay put. You stay put, Paul.
Well, there goes Purgatory. And the end of a family dynasty.
Or maybe the beginning of a new one.